go blue. Yeah, bathtub's different, isn't it? Right, I am about to try and cut 2 holes for the taps in here. This is going to be quite tricky. Eye protection.
You do?
Yeah. She's up for a walk.
Voila.
Merci.
Oh, okay.
Right, shut the door because it might be dusty. Oh, actually, I've filled some water. Quite chuffed with that. Just need to get these little bits out now. It's always hard getting them out. I might need a screwdriver. But anyway, these are the finished bits of tile here and here. So they should work nicely, I think.
So I spent most of the day tidying this all by myself. I literally did stage 4.
Oh, well done.
So,
This has been an epic and, oh god, such an arduous job. I have basically got really bored, but I'm quite happy with the finished result because we've got really smooth flat finish. And yeah, they look amazing, don't they?
they do,
Really good.
so good. And I painstakingly sealed them all, well, cleaned them and sealed them. So it has been a real team effort.
And you've been doing the bath as well, which is gonna sit where we are. How's that going?
Don't mention the bath.
Go on, what's the latest?
So I've spent about 2.5 hours cleaning it with various different methods, including a very clever hack with like citric acid, fairy liquid, water. That worked really well, but it's still, the bottom of the bath is like really gritty, so I think all the enamel's gone from it.
Properly scratched. Yeah.
And so the dirt just doesn't come out. So I need to re-enamel it, but I'm bored of that, so I flipped it over and then I sanded it, and now I'm going to paint it, which is very exciting.
That's the bit where you really get to see the transformation, right?
And I put a vote on Instagram on the stories because I'm torn between Bond Street, which is like the really dark blue we've used in the bedroom, which is actually next door to this, and Fitzrovia, which is that lovely pink pastel colour.
Yeah. Are you going to paint it tonight or tomorrow?
Depends if we can get it in a house. Depends how strong you're feeling.
So heavy.
I know.
Right, okay, well, yeah, let's maybe see if we can move it a little bit and then
Can't wait to
if
see
we
it in.
do it at different stages, if we get it into the house by the end of the day, then we can do it.
Yeah, good idea.
Right, but it's coming together anyway.
Looks beautiful. Well done. Thing is, now am I going to be able to adhesive it over the door? I think. we finally moved the bath in after about 4 days of moving it slowly down the gravel. It's inside, it's in the warm. So I needed to paint it somewhere where the temperature was warmer. And now we can begin. So I sanded it all down, painted the legs outside with spray paint. And now I'm going to sand it back just a tiny bit more to get rid of some rust which has developed. And then we start the priming stage of the outside, which is very exciting. So I finished painting the outside of the bath with 2 coats of Myland Bond Street paint, and it is beautiful. Probably the first time I've ever sanded between coats of paint, and it makes such a difference. So it's looking lovely, but now I've got to tackle the enamel inside, which I've been dreading. I've spent about 400 years sanding the inside at various different grits, so it's ready. I've now got what am I using? It's like a resin that's a white colour, so you put that on first, followed by a second resin which is like a brilliant gloss to kind of seal it all in. It's like a 2-part system. So, let's begin. Console table from a Vacant for €25, and it's perfectly fine, but I'm just not a fan of the colour of the wood. So I'm going to do a little cheat. I'm going to spray it with this degreaser and a bit of fairy liquid, give it a good clean, let it dry, and then we're going to add some Myland dark oak stain with some varnish, which I've left downstairs. Mix it together, and then you don't even have to sand it, you can just put it on or stick to it and add a colour. And then it's going to become our sink in the new bathroom. isn't it?
Right, so we have bought this basin, which we hoped was going to be the right size for this. We've made some catastrophic error in our calculations because it's absolutely tiny and it's too small for the marble sort of sink top. So I think we're going to have to buy another one, unfortunately. But the idea is that once we've got the right size basin, we can then cut a hole in the marble and then connect this. And then we just need to cut similar holes for the taps, which will go here, and then you'll have a nice tap in a basin. That's the plan anyway. Hoping by putting this block underneath it will just give it a little bit more support, because we've got a crack here already, so it does feel like there's a bit of a risk. Silicone, and it is such a fiddly and sticky and dirty job. I've got it really good on one side, but now I've got to try and get it the same on the other side, and never seems to play ball smoothly, does it? With my fingers, I think. But at least no one will see it.
See if it's on the hob. I have a problem.
Yeah.
I think it's too white and too big.
It will go less white. It's too late now. The horse has bolted.
So we had put beautiful new silicone on here, and I was like, yeah, it has to be just a really thin bead of white silicone. And JOLYON was like, oh, maybe transparent will look better. I was like, no, actually. I did transparent down here, and it's so much better, you can't even see it. So I'm currently ripping off all of the silicone that JOLYON did yesterday, and I'm going to start again. So I'm going to attempt to plumb in the new lovely bath tap here. We've plumbed in a shower tap before, but not a bath tap. I think it's the same principle really. So I'm just going to start with siliconing all around the void. Just to soften off any water getting in behind into the plasterboard, which we don't want. And I'll give this a little clear up afterwards. And it helps to have a slippery finger. So I just put a bit of soap on. Beautiful. Actually, in hindsight, I would have probably screwed the first thing in before doing this, because now I've got it all round the edge where I'm going to be screwing. Right, next up. So after a little Google check, I'm not going to use a washer for these ones, but I'm going to use this special tape. I can't remember what it's called. It is called PTFE tape. And ideally you want to put it in the direction you're going to be screwing it on. That way. It's pretty standard stuff. It's a bit like paper almost. Here we go. I've done all the fiddly boring bits and now it's just putting these on. It's lovely. Just to state the obvious, I'm putting a towel over it so I don't scratch the metal work. I should probably be doing the other one at the same time. Right, come on, let's get you great. Right, that's looking good. There we go, now we just need to turn it on. Okay, here goes. I'm a bit reluctant to do this on camera. I don't even know if the taps are off. I don't know which way they are. How would you turn the tap on?
Right, so I'm just installing some new panelling to match the panelling we've got on that side. It's not the most sophisticated panelling, but I think once we painted it into the wall it'll actually look really good. Right, we didn't like the tiles that we had here, so Chris has taken them off, and unfortunately it's brought all of the plasterboard with them, which is annoying. It means we've got to cover it up. But we had this issue with the old water outlets, and I think it's just going to be easier to build a new cabinet around the front of it, which will hide this ugly trim for the mirror, which we do want to keep, but ideally we want it to look a bit more traditional. And it will give us potentially some shelves, something to put on, and it will importantly hide these. So I just need to work out what the design will be, and then it's going to be a quick job making it. Fortunately, I think I've got most of what we need. 1, Right, I've been trying to make a bit of panelling, I guess, to conceal some old pipework and the old traps from the old sink, which we don't need anymore because we've got a new sink and new pipework for that. So the idea of this is that it's going to conceal all of the old pipework and also create a nice little shelf and decorative feature. I've basically got these little sort of ends which I've made. So I've used the table saw to cut grooves out of the thing about the width of the plywood, and so I've done that on 2 sides, and I've used the router to route out a nice little, don't know what it's called, chamfer bit or little cornice I think it's probably called, so a nice little edge there. So the idea is that we will have 2 pieces, so that will slit into there nicely and it will make a nice edge, but yeah, just need to get some slightly longer plywood. I tell you what, this whatever it's called gun, application gun, is so much better than the ones we've used previously. It's got some fancy mechanism which means that it stops as soon as you let go of the trigger, which is amazing. There you go, look at that. This is the slot on here, which is always a bit of a fiddly job. Have a look. Right, so these are the old window frames from the Peacock room. If you remember, we had to rebuild new ones because the old ones, once we'd rebuilt the window and everything like that, they were just too small. But we've installed a little window in here, and I've cut them down to size, and now I can use the window frames from the Peacock room to make a nice little frame around this. So we're so close now. I've basically just got to put up the cornicing. We've got to install this little unit that I'm going to put where the old sinks were to sort of hide the holes in the old pipes that we don't need anymore. We've had the plumber today, so all of the things like the toilet and the sink and the bath and the shower, they're all working now, which is brilliant. Chris is doing the painting. He's got a little roller which he's threatening to attack everything with. And yeah, then we're nearly there. It's just kind of tidying up the touch-up bits, which is always the nice bit. This one doesn't seem to be a corner. It's like it's not 90 degrees. That's really weird.
Oh, that's surprising in a chateau, isn't it?
Right, I'm gonna have to cut this to make it fit and work.
You've done more difficult ones, right?
Yeah, I've done more tricky ones than this.
So we've almost finished the bathroom, which is very exciting.
Yeah, so I tiled the shower area. Chris, you've installed the shower, which is looking very, very nice. We've created a sort of a beautifully tiled bath area as well, which is very nice.
I'm a bit drunk actually, truth be told, and what we've got to do now, we're going to put in the shower door.
Yeah, which is a bit complicated. I've never seen instructions quite like it. It's a bit like hieroglyphics, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, it's a bit like So anyway, we've done the holes on each side here, and now we're about to put the frame in. So should we go to montage?
Yeah, help us.
What's next?
You're meant to unscrew H7, the two bits, and then you're meant to screw it into the window.
I see. Will I get another one? Will I get another button?
Yeah. Where does this one go?
On the bottom of it.
This is the exciting moment. We're just about to put the shower door in. Let's hope that it works okay.
Shall I go away?
Yeah.
Turn it!
You need to
You might be a bit
guide at the bottom.
An angle there, rather than trying to do it straight. So do you want to support your end and I'll try and drag it Who fell on that side? So we're almost finished in the bathroom. This is the thing that's been taking the time. We've had these old sinks, so we've capped them off, and that was the old drain, so we've put a load of silicone in there, capped that off. But we thought, oh, what happens if it leaks? We'll never be able to get there again. So we've come up with this rather overcomplicated system where we can take the panels off, where these squares are, and check it out and have a look. I guess also it means that if anyone else in the future buys it, a long way in the future, hopefully, they have the option of putting water in here again. So it's a bit of belts and braces, but we thought it was worth doing. And those are the panels that will go in there. So you won't notice once they're on, but that's the plan anyway. But we're getting there. So I am currently doing what's called tropicalisation. I don't know if I'm doing that. It's a way of making pictures better able to survive in like humid, damp conditions. And I can't remember where Jolyon first heard about it. I think he met someone who did gallery restoration and they told him about it, the process. So we thought, oh, we could use that to put pictures in the bathroom. So what I've done is taken the original backing off, measured out on what's called foam board, which you can get at most, well, probably Amazon. Same size, cut it to size, and then you literally just put it in place of the other one. You want quite a tight bit, and it doesn't matter too much, as you'll see in a minute. That's very good. Right. And then squish down the side. And the next step is this It's aluminium tape. I think most people use it for like plumbing or building stuff. Basically sticky back aluminium tin foil. Finding the end in a way is the trickiest part. The nice bit is sticking it on. And this basically just seals the edge between the foam board and the frame, to stop any moisture getting in. The tape isn't that expensive, I think it's like €3, something like that. And you can't put that price on protecting your favourite piece of art. What about art attack? That's what it reminds me of. Right. So again, fill in the end. There we go. Good for you all. And that's it. Done. Ready to hang. What you can do as well, which we might do, is put like a tiny bead of silicone just around the inside, transparent, just in case any water gets between the glass, but it's such a tight fit. I really don't think this one needs it actually.
Right, we are making loads of progress now with the bathroom and we're really nearly finished. We have installed the shower and the shower door. So last night we put the shower door in and God, it was a bit of a faff. Trying to cut through tiles, even marble, which is a bit softer than a lot of tiles, takes so long. And we had to drill loads of holes into the tiles to support the frame, but we've done that and it's looking really good. I had a bit of a minor panic because I just thought the black frame around the beautiful shower might stand out a bit too much, but actually it's almost like a picture frame around the shower. So all of my tiling work gets a nice frame.
So Chris was right, was he?
So Chris is just saying Chris was right. Yes, yeah, I think Chris was right. Because at one point I was thinking of having a shower curtain instead of the shower door, but I think it looks really good. So over the last couple of days I've been putting together this paneling piece and yeah, it looks great. I think it's pretty much done now. All we've got to do is just need to sand it down and hopefully it will seamlessly blend in with the rest of the room and look like it was always here. But yeah, we're very close now. I think all we've got to do is clean this place up, sand down the sides of this this unit that I was talking about, and yeah, clean it, and then we have our bathroom. Amazing. I'm sort of quite excited about having a bath in the bathtub one day. Bathrooms are a faff They take a long time, but I'm really happy with the result.
So this is going to be the window between the two bathrooms, because one of the smaller bathrooms is kind of sat inside the other one, so it hasn't got like a proper window. So we bought this just from like a DIY shop, really cheap. And we have a plan to make it look a little bit more luxurious, but also to make it kind of, what do you call it, privacy, like a privacy screen. So you don't have one person from one bathroom looking into the other one. But hopefully if you all know each other that wouldn't happen anyway. But anyway, I digress. So here's the glass. And what it is, it's a special film that looks, when it's stuck on, looks like reeded glass, like kind of like the old-fashioned reeded glass. You just stick it on. You have to use like soap and water and then a squidgy to get it stuck on, and I've never done this before. And the roll comes in like a long one, because if you're doing like a big window, you'd obviously want to do that, but our window goes landscape. But I still want the reeds to be that way, so I'm going to have to cut lots of little ones. So I'm going to do that first. It's kind of got like a sticky back plastic, although it's not sticky, it's just like a protective layer. This was JOLYON, they'd literally be measuring over a ruler. I'm more slapdash. He's currently upstairs sanding. I just can't bear sanding. It's literally like my worst job. Not so much because of the dust, it just feels like you're going backwards. Well, it is very dusty. Okay, one down, does that work? Have I cut it too short? Do I care? Because I don't really care, because there's going to be like a frame, an inner frame that goes on it anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. Okay, good. So this is going to be like paint drying, so we'll fast forward this bit. Okay, so all done, cut them all to size. All we do is clean the glass. So I'm using my homemade concoction, which is basically vinegar, water and fairy liquid. Give it a nice clean. I should just say as well, I'm only doing one side because both sides don't need to be reeded, because it allows enough privacy anyway. And then after you've cleaned it, you need to spray it with water to kind of get the stick. I've got this plant pest killer, and I can't remember, I think I used it all and then I put water in it. So I should have labelled it. It doesn't smell of anything. Let's give it a go. Okay. Not putting loads on. Right, and then all you do is you peel off the back, like that. Oh yeah, really sticks. Bit too much. Thing is though, you're supposed to be able to reuse it afterwards and take it off, so I think if you mess it up it doesn't matter too much. It's just you don't want air bubbles in it. Which I've got loads of. So I need like a scraper or something to get rid of them.
Hello.
Hello.
It's got some bubbles.
Yeah, I need a scraper. I'm going to use the shower scraper.
Use your hand to push them out. I think he's making it more complicated than it needs to be.
No! So I'm using our shower scraper.
How do you actually stick it? Is it sticky already? Or?
No, it's you stick it in water and static.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
it just stays.
Just stays.
Oh, that's nice. It's going on in that corner over there.
Not having it there.
There we go.
Wow, it's way better than I
Sorry.
thought. I mean, that's brilliant. Up it. The hardest bit is trying to line it up. That's it. A newly redid bit of glass for our divider. So I'm loving the window, we've just installed it, and that goes into the smaller bathroom. And we've added a reed glass on it, which looks really nice and just adds a bit of privacy. So very happy with that.
It's just putting up the pictures now, which is the fun bit.